We are live.
Raven, the GS, Joe, 1/3 of the Sam, the legend behind the techie.
We are live, guys. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech.
And I'm breaking the GS.
I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
And this is the Titans episode 4 review. If you guys haven't done it already, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Road to 100k, less than 10k left. What are you doing? Pressing that button, I hope so. And also, if you want to listen to this on the audio, if you're on the go, we're on Spotify, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Stitcher, we're on Apple.
Subscribe to the channel. Like, bruv, realistic. I don't care about all the stuff. Just subscribe.
Oh, wow.
I just want more listeners, you know.
No, 100k. We can talk about Spotify next week. Subscribe. 100k. We need it. You need it. Do you want more videos? Do you want more reactions? Subscribe. That's the key. Magic. My bad, sorry.
And that was your personal what's it, PSA?
Public service announcement brought to you by Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber.
What was you about to say, PS?
PSA? Personal science. But anyway, we won't talk about that. Right now, we're going to talk about episode 4 called Aqualad, which is kind of funny because this title of the show, of this episode, is like, I don't really care about the character. It came for one episode, and I don't care about, man.
This is the best episode.
No, really?
Yeah. What?
No, I don't really, I didn't.
This episode was lit.
Right.
This episode is lit.
Take it away then.
No, go.
So
There you go.
why-
Go away then.
First things first, the title was misleading.
How is it
Not
misleading?
Aqualad.
No, that is Aqualad.
It's Aqua Waste Man.
Oh, here we go.
Then my problem. No, I like how they tied it up. That's fine. Don't get me wrong. Like my problem is that they've turned this R-rated series into what do you call it? EastEnders, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, fam, bare drama, fam.
Yes,
Bare
exactly.
love
Bare
story.
drama.
Like, fam, don't, bruv, we could have done this year, like, and still kept it like the way it is. But now you're coming on all this
Lovey-dovey
moist
crap.
stuff. Like, fam, it's dead, bruv. Like, at some point I was like, why am I watching these, man? You know what I'm saying? But then they gave me the end. I was like, oh, okay, I understand what you're trying to do. But fam, the execution could have been better. That's
better.
my problem with this, bruv. Like, you could have made the whole love triangle thing better. Like,
I was satisfied.
give a bit more juice to it, bruv. Not some EastEnder thing, bruv.
No,
Like,
I was really satisfied with this episode on many levels. One, Garth, I hate him.
Mm-hmm.
I actually hate the character Garth in the comic books, in Young Justice.
That's why you enjoyed it, fam.
In all of that.
Waste, man.
I hate Garth. He's fake. He's not the real
Complex.
Aqualad, bruv. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's not him, fam. So, yeah, spoilers. When he gets killed at the end, I was filled with joy. Also, just the portrayal of his character, I hated as well, which I felt was good when he died. Do you know what I'm saying?
So
I love
that's why
that.
I liked
I love
it,
that
man,
part.
like-
I also hate Cassie, but I feel like I said that in another video.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? I hate her character. So, when seeing her act like an idiot, I thought
Makes
was
sense to
legit
you,
too.
right?
Yeah, bruv. So, like, I was super legit for this episode. Also, it kind of came to me that watching the older Titans is more enjoyable to me than watching the younger Titans.
What do you mean? Like, watching these, look?
Bruv, watching Robin, Dove, Hawk, and these, man.
Because
I
you're
enjoy
watching
that.
EastEnders, fam.
No.
Bruv, two
No,
twos,
bruv.
yeah, I swear I could have seen Phil and Stacey walk on set, fam.
Bruv, them man
it's mad.
there, the older Titans
Yeah.
are more interesting than the younger Titans, fam. Like, from what we've seen,
Because
bruv.
they've turned this into a soap show. They turned into a novella,
Bruv,
fam. Like,
listen, bruv, I'm not here for the drama, fam.
Nah,
Look, all that teenage
it's
drama
bad,
stuff,
bruv.
it's
Nah,
dead.
nah, it's dead,
It's
bruv.
dead, but for me, like, it finally led to where we're trying to go. So, like, now, like, the first 3 episodes, they actually amount to 0.
Right.
This is the first episode that's actually meant something. Like, this could have been...
because every episode we're like, oh, this should have been the first episode.
This should
and then
actually...
we get here, it's like...
This
but
should
that's what I'm
actually,
saying.
yeah, this should actually be the first
crazy.
episode. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, this is the first episode that, like, ties anything to anything, that means anything, that has any emotional weight. So, from those aspects, the drama in this episode, I'm willing to accept because there was a payoff. And the payoff is going to keep paying off. Like, these older Titans have actually got a real-life revenge tip against Deathstroke.
And that's
Where
been
they
explained before.
what they alluded to before, but you can't allude to something we're not aware of
Yeah.
and make up and think we're gonna care about it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's
Started,
yeah.
and so now I'm like, bro, I was all in this episode.
And
like,
this is why I don't find this episode as dead, because they've given us a reason why things are going on.
No,
Like, that's why to me it's not dead.
But they've been doing that for the past 3 episodes. Like, this is why they keep doing this whole thing about, they keep telling us, but they don't show us. And it's got to, what, episode 4 for them to do that. And even then, in this episode, they talk about 5 of these guys to take on Dr. Light? Yeah, we've got Jason Todd taking him on by himself.
no, but they were Utes then. They were
Yeah,
Utes.
they were younger.
They were Utes. They were Utes.
It wasn't his
They
experience.
were Utes.
Jason Todd.
Jason Todd's been trained by Batman,
Batman,
and
yeah.
Robin, fam. And these man are like, bruv, the younger Titans are more peppered than these Titans were at that age.
Because of, what's his face? Nightwing.
Not just because of Nightwing, but the younger Titans ain't involved in this because they're OP, fam.
Mm.
Starfire, Raven, bruv. They have to send Damien, Jason alone because if they sent Raven would have been over. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just all plot device stuff.
But this is that's what upset me about the episode, because if this was the first episode and then me seeing that, I wouldn't mind then seeing the later on repercussions of what's happening now. But then now they even like I said, this whole thing called Aqualad, and he comes in, has a love story, and then dies at the end. Why wasn't that even fleshed out? Because now I don't care about him at all. Like,
it was fleshed out.
what?
I care about him. His death means something.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does. He's the reason we gotta go and murder Deathstroke, fam. Bruv, and even the story with the deaf Chinese youth, yeah? Obviously, he had a scar around his neck when we see him in present day, but then at the end, we go to Robin with him in the past with no scar. So obviously, they found out who Deathstroke's next target is, and they're gonna intersect. Like, I'm actually excited to watch the next episode. Something I haven't felt in 3 episodes, bruv. Like, bruv, for me, they peppered the thing. They peppered the thing, bruv. It's not like Nando's extra hot sauce. It might be a little bit lemon and herbish, but yeah. There's pepper of some sort here. There's pepper of some sort. And the chips got a dash of the salt. You know,
no peri peri.
They've got a dash of peri peri salt.
Oh,
a dash.
I think what made this better is like the wrap up at the end. I think that's what gives us
The
solid.
last 5 seconds when they all
exactly.
line up.
That's
Now
what
we're going to murk this
that's-
guy.
But they took all this circle, like, all this drama, all this stuff to just give you that, and that was the best part of it. It's like now you've made us care about it. Now you've given us a reason for us to care about this, and from now onwards. But everything else, fam, I was just like, fam, man's out here just.
But I say,
They even peppered up like the way Atlanteans are looked at by the other world, by the outer world, and how Themyscirans are like, oh, you man are just like surfer boys, like, yeah, hey, party time. Like, I love that shit, bro. That was lit. I thought that was lit anyway. You get me? Like, bro, but man enjoyed the episode. I think one thing that was also interesting to me about the episode was at the end, like, they don't know who Deathstroke is.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's
the first time
that's their first encounter. But you'd think that they would have. But then, like, it's hard for me to explain, yeah. But I've always been skeptical on Deathstroke being a Titans villain. Because Deathstroke, I just see him as a Batman villain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the Titans have got to be over their head fighting Deathstroke. But then I thought about it, but this show gave me a different perspective, like, well, I guess if these men are younger, like, one Batman could beat up the Titans.
yeah, that's what I say.
And it's the same as one Deathstroke could beat the Titans. But Deathstroke going against Batman is equal footing.
Yeah.
This episode gave me that perspective because before I was just like, they seem outmatched, like too outmatched. But here it kind of made sense more to me.
The way you're explaining it, like, yeah, it does, like, you kind of like broke it down, because I had some like sort of notion as well, because the last time I had any, like, when I read Deathstroke, he was on Themyscira. Like, he was going against like godlike warriors. So I'm like, what are you doing with these men? But the way you kind of just broke down, but it also depends on the mission as well that is involved, because obviously there he got involved with something, so he got a bit more powers as well, because obviously he's in Themyscira. So I guess it also depends on the terrain that he's treading on, and obviously going against these lot and the set of powers. So nah, man, I think that kind of makes sense what you just said, bro. It did make me wonder though, like, what are you doing? Where is, like, right from the beginning where it was like, oh, you're the enemy of the season. Like, yo, last I read you, you was out here fighting. What's that bull? The bull from the Greek gods. You know
Minotaur.
He was fighting him and stuff. I was like, you was beefing my guy. What are you doing with these youths? But
I don't know.
it is what it is, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Deathstroke, but
Yeah.
this setup.
Come on, man. That weren't lit. The Deathstroke, I'm out here assassinating man montage. With the knife through man's chest and then he flicked it on the camera.
I mean,
That's what you
that
do
was
next
fire.
Come on. Nah, man.
That's what I'm waiting
The
for.
whole,
You man enjoyed it, man. You man enjoyed it on the low, man.
That's the best part of the episode.
Nah,
Best part of the
it was
episode.
sick.
He
That's
went
what I
home.
can't wait for.
Do you know what it made me think of? It made me think of the exact same scene with Deadshot in Suicide Squad. Because you know there's that montage of him head topping, man, and I was like, Deathstroke's one and this is definitely better, fam. But yeah, that was mad.
there's a couple of things that I think they peppered in from the movies as well. So we kind of mentioned it before, the whole being in the museum where like Wonder Woman, so they had the what's her face in walking through it, Cassie like walking through it. But then there's also the painting that I kind of like asked you guys about the
Lex Luthor thing.
Yeah, like, so guys, like, let us know if that's actually a thing. Like, is that the same painting?
It's not the same painting.
It looks like it,
No,
bro.
no, no, it's
Like,
not-
the only difference is, but you know what it looked like to me? It's a section of it, because Luther's one is like that. So there's a lot more showing, while this one's just like
I hear what you're
going
saying.
landscape, but like it's kind of like a section of it.
I think more so what it is like the iconography of it, where Luther's one was depicting what was happening in Batman vs Superman, or he perceived to be happening, like the demons coming down from above. Yeah, but in this one, it was the iconography of Garth dying,
Right.
being around like demons and friends.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what they're trying to like. They're trying to steal these things from the DCU movies,
Right,
and bring them in here, just so subconsciously there's some
Whipping
sort
it
of
out,
connection.
right.
Yeah,
And
you know
then
what I'm saying?
the man start asking questions.
Yeah,
and
exactly
stuff
that.
like that.
They're trying to. It's like, you know when they're trying to add pepper, but that pepper's bait. That's bait pepper. Like that's just like
salt.
paprika. It's like paprika. Like it's bait, fam. Like we like you know when man throw paprika on it, you're like, yo, fam, that's paprika. That's not peri peri. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference.
Christ, bro.
There's a difference.
Oh my god.
That's mad.
One question though, like Garth stopping Dr. Light's light. I didn't get like.
What do you mean?
So there's one part where Dr. Light was trying to beam him, and everyone was gonna, I don't know, help him out or whatever. I didn't get that part. Where was he?
I guess he can take it. I guess he can take it. He's strong enough to take it.
Bro, man, Atlantean.
Atlantean.
Yeah,
Atlantean.
What is it?
Atlantean.
Atlantean. Jeez.
Man said Atlantean.
Atlantean. That was
He's
mad.
He's Atlantic and athletic.
Athletic Atlantean.
Yeah, he's Atlantean. Bruv. Man, a Superman level strong. Shut up.
But then what about Donna Troy then? No?
Bruv, she's whack, bruv. She's whack. And bruv, they can't take bullets, fam. Man, you watch Wonder Woman.
Like,
They can't take bullets. I'm trying to trigger him.
it's mad.
They can't take bullets. Hey, you see the
They
movie?
can't take bullets.
They can't take
That's
bullets,
what
fam.
they-
So she can't.
Like, but this is what when she was hiding back there with him, I was like, are you just mentally shook? But you can't be mentally shook
Because you're
because
trained to.
you're trained
She's not
from
trained.
birth.
She's not trained. You see her try to run on the plane. My destiny. My
Like,
destiny.
I just don't get it.
No, I'm in love with the
These-
beach boy with the blonde hair.
I just don't get this depiction of
Atlanteans.
no, like
He's about to say it. Themyscirians.
Amazonians.
Amazonians. Bro,
It's just mad, bro. It's just mad. Like,
Amazonians in this universe are dead, bro. On the movies.
Bruv, you lot
yeah, bro.
assassinate them, bro. No respect,
respect,
you
no
know.
respect.
It's mad.
They warriors
It's actually
out here.
upset-
No
Bruv,
Xenos.
listen, they're definitely not warriors, bro.
Bro, just do the Flashpoint movie. That's what we really need.
It's peak. Yeah, just yeah.
But do a trilogy where it starts with like everything being calm, and then the second movie is like Atlantis against the Amazons. That's the second movie.
Must have happened.
Like Lord of the Rings, fam. Like it's just 45 minutes of battle, fam. Jeez.
Oh, it's all mad. Anyway, guys, let us know in the comments down below what you think of this episode. Are you looking forward to Deathstroke finally?
Yes.
Do you want to see the old or new team?
Old.
I'm sorry, Mr. Blitztech.
Revenue GS.
Joe. 1/3 of the Cybernerds.
And we'll see you on the next review. Make sure you are going to those audio platforms.
Subscribe.
I will see you
Subscribe.
on the next review. Woo! Peace.
There's like 2 man gonna go to Spotify.
2.
100 of you, man. Hit subscribe.